tell me where in the world is
crime in San Diego?
We're on there.
Oh, yeah, you just started a live. Okay. This is harder than getting a video on YouTube. Can you start?
Pass this guy over. Let me see the opener.
Not even mic'd up or anything.
Let
There we go.
me see the opener, please. Yes.
All right, guys. So welcome. We tried to do a live, and that was a little bit of a struggle.
Little technical difficulties. I'm still trying to learn how to work all this.
We're still learning. This is all a process.
So we'll do.
So apparently there's some rules with YouTube for those of you that don't have a YouTube channel and it's just like this, either getting started or learning. Apparently you need a 24-hour in advance, like 24-hour wait period to do your first live stream. So we will try again next week, maybe, hopefully.
Yes.
But for now, this will have to do because we already set up. So we are going to be enjoying a wine bottle of 19 Crimes that was gifted to me as a birthday gift. Thank you, Audra. And I feel it's very fitting for a true crime podcast to be drinking 19 Crimes wine. We're not sponsored, but Snoop, if you're listening, I'll take the free bottles. Such a nice sound.
No, definitely. I mean, 19 Crimes, talking about true crime, talking about what in the world today, for sure.
Oh, we're going to need a drink for all this tea today. Trust me.
I know. And like, there's quite a few stories. I mean, there's way too much stuff out there that's really like, that makes you go say WTF, for sure.
I think we have a couple bonus ones to go over just because I'm so indecisive I couldn't pick.
Ooh, thank you. No. Sip, sip.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, it's so good when it's cold. All right. You want to go first?
Yeah. Oh, do I have a doozy?
Ooh.
So.
Ow.
This story is from Oklahoma State.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say that the woman was caught orange-handed.
Orange-handed?
Orange-handed. Okay?
Okay.
Now, let's introduce Sharon, who was arrested for first-degree burglary charge after committing, home invasion in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay? Now, cops say that they arrived at the home at night where a mother of two called 911 to report that another lady had opened her screen door, like the mesh. She pulled it open and she got through, and she got in through that window. If you know what I mean, like, so there's the mesh, right?
Right.
The screen door,
the screen, and then the actual window.
Screen window, and she got in that way through the window.
Okay.
Now, what's really funny is that they weren't really able to find her inside the house, but what she left behind was a bottle of water and then a bag of Cheetos, like Cheeto dust. Like she was in the house and she was eating these Cheetos and leaving her fingerprints all over the place, right? Now, the mom ID'd her as the invader, right? Because they find her outside the house.
Right.
But she's like, oh no, she denied it. But the mother of the house was like, no, this was the lady that was inside my house. And she opened the screen window and everything. Yeah. And she had Cheeto dust all over her fingers.
Oh my God.
And it's funny because, the cops were like, yeah, this residue is on your hands, it's on your lips, and it's on your teeth. So
and it's not common that everybody walks around with Cheeto dust on your hand. It's not like, oh, that could have been anybody.
Yes. So they're like, oh yeah. And The cops quoted to say, "It's a good reminder that Cheeto dust can be pretty hard to get rid of."
It is. I mean, anybody that's had either hot Cheetos or regular Cheetos, like,
Yeah. So Cheeto dust saved the day. I mean,
I've seen people eat Cheetos with chopsticks, and I wonder if that's why. I doubt that's why, but
dude, that's terrible.
you've never seen someone eat hot Cheetos with, not even just hot Cheetos, but regular Cheetos?
No,
with
I've
chopsticks?
never seen that.
I've seen it.
The only way I ever see anybody eat like Cheetos with like anything other than their fingers is when they're eating like Tosti Locos or like,
Oh, with like a fork or a spoon or something.
Yes, yeah. That's the only time whenever see anybody eat Cheetos using anything other than their fingers.
I feel like we're opening a rabbit hole of like weird human habits or weird ways to eat potato chips.
Well, even then, there's people that eat pizza with a fork.
Don't judge. That's a little erect there.
I don't.
Yes, I eat pizza with a fork and a knife sometimes because I don't like to be messy.
But even then, too, you like your pizza, right? Your typical pizza is the go-to pizza that you always go to. Like, this is my fave: is pepperoni, pineapple, and jalapeno or jalapenos.
Pineapple belongs on pizza. Like, people need to understand that.
But I'm more like you take the pineapple, or not you take the jalapenos off the pizza.
Yes,
Why?
because I like the flavor without having to eat the jalapeno. It's not weird. I think it's only weird to you. If you guys think it's weird, please let me know. But I actually had a soccer mom friend that tried it that way, and now that's the only way she eats it, which is really cool. But I think it's funny that I rubbed off on her.
Yeah, but you're supposed to eat the jalapeno too.
No,
Yeah.
there's no rule.
Yeah, you're supposed to eat the jalapenos.
All right. So
What's your story?
this one I had to reread like 3 times because I was almost positive that wasn't possible. But apparently it is. So you know that whole thing about like you get a ticket once and like that's the only time you're getting that ticket?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't apply. Like apparently there's a number of times you can repeatedly get arrested and like it's still valid. So the record for being arrested is 10 times within a single month. Keep in mind, typical month has 30 days. So you're getting arrested like every 3 days.
Well, if you're going to get arrested 10 times in a month, you might as well pay rent at that time at the jailhouse.
You might as well just stay.
Right?
And this was, of course, a California man. I was hoping it was a Florida man, just selfishly. But it was California.
I mean, if it was like Florida man, it'd be like that. The freaking party or business in the front, party in the back, mullet, white tee, those like, what's it called, Viper.
Well,
those
that's what I thought of when I opened this article.
Shorts,
I was way off.
Tank tops, shorts, flip flops.
So apparently, Keith, our good friend Keith,
Oh my gosh.
is accused of 18 felonies and 15 misdemeanors in 31 days. Yeah, it took my math wasn't mathing with this one. I was like, what?
Say that again.
18 felonies
18 felonies.
and 15 misdemeanors in 31 days. And his latest incident, you can say, was being busted for driving a stolen car to the police station to pick up his personal property. What?
What city was this? You said it's California.
It's California.
But did it give us a city?
No.
This had to be like
investigators say he was the only person in the truck on his way to pick up the personal property from the California Police Department when they arrested him. I mean, that's having your priorities in order. That's hell or high water right there. I mean, that's very gutsy. I mean, I admire the bravery that it takes to be like, I need a ride. I need a ride now. That car looks available. Let me just go get my stuff real quick. Nobody's going to wonder where I got this car from.
That gives me like hangover vibes. Like
the way I see it playing out is like
the cop car.
The police get a phone call saying stolen car, and then like seconds later, he walks in with that exact same car. And it's like, well, that was the fastest case ever solved. Right? Isn't that kind of funny and ironic at the same time?
Well, at least you got a free ride to the jailhouse, right?
I don't know if it's free.
Well, like growing up, my friend would always say like he wouldn't mind getting thrown in jail because when
Three meals a day.
yeah, when you go to jail, you have a bed, it's dry, you have a toilet, right? And if you're like, they'll clothe you, and then you also have your 3 square meals a day.
Yeah, I don't know if that math adds up either.
I mean, we were in high school, right? We were like at least juniors from when
Oh
I
yeah,
remember.
the mentality of like you have all day to do whatever you want.
Yeah, you're thinking like I'm a badass. Like I don't mind if I get thrown in jail. I get all these things. It's like rent free, and it's like, really? I wouldn't say it's rent free, but still, like when you're a teenager, you think differently.
What's your next one?
My next one, oh shoot,
Do you have another one or no?
I lost it. Bear with me, because I did have it here. But like for sure in high school, we would go through all those like, oh yeah, like I'm this cool person, and yeah, and not anymore. And yeah, because I just when he told me that, I almost agree with them. Honestly, I was like, oh, that does add up. It does sound kind of fun after. But
Hey, I don't think we're live. Check your phone. Oh no, it's live. Just kidding.
I'm like,
No, because on Instagram it usually shows the little dot.
mm-hmm.
Oh, hi Aldo. We have some people joining. I just can't see who it is. There we go.
All right, here we go. You're gonna love about this one. I'm gonna butcher this first name, Samaya Johnson. So Samaya is a formal postal service worker from Jersey City, and she was on the run for a crime in Pennsylvania. So she was on the run, and she found herself in Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When she was in Jersey, she was like, man, I don't have any, money. I need to get a job, but she's on the run. So she used a different name. So she was wanted for fraud as early as it was. And she put in paperwork to work as a security guard at a law enforcement agency.
Okay.
So you're on the run and you're trying to apply for a job at a like security office. They're going to do background checks on you as it is.
Yeah.
So once they put her name through the system, it popped up that she was, she had, a warrant for her arrest.
Yeah. Her record came up.
Yeah. And that's how they were able to find her essentially and arrest her.
Out of all the jobs you could do, security's where you want to go?
Yeah. I mean, would you think that even just using a different name, no. They busted her. So she's in jail.
So this next one I have isn't true crime, but it does involve police in a way.
Here, top me off. Ooh, what you got?
All right. So obviously being a new mom comes with a lot of stress, right?
Yes.
Well, imagine being a new mom to twins. Identical twins.
Okay.
And here's a weird thing. In pictures, you can tell your kids apart. But in person, they literally look identical.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the reality for this mom. She was left alone with her twin boys. And she ended up calling the police because she could not tell her kids apart. So they came over and fingerprinted the kids. And then they were able to they gave one of them a blue bracelet to mark him from the other one. Like when he came out of the hospital, they had done something similar where they put like an indicator on one and that way she could tell them apart. And as he got a little bit older throughout the months, like it was too hard to tell. So they were like 3 months when she called the cops. They were still babies. But she says that it must have snapped off or like during a shower, it must have fell.
it's very frightening. I mean, you give.
But that's pretty funny to be like, who do you call when you can't tell your kids apart? And I mean, it's true. I don't know if I would even know who to call.
Would you call Ghostbusters?
Oh, no. But it's funny that the police actually like came over, fingerprinted the kids, ran it through the system, and then like totally like, okay, these are it. Like, it's a fresh start.
No, that's really scary to think, though. Honestly, like you have twins and you can't tell them apart who's who.
Yeah.
It's like with dogs. You know, you with like a fresh litter, and the two look identical. Like you name one someone, or like it's like, oh, this is gonna be for my nephew, this is gonna be for my cousin or whatever, and it's like you mix up the dogs or whatever. Like I can see that happening.
I just thought it was funny. I was like, that's really odd. But then again, like what in the world would you do like normally?
Yeah,
That's not a normal situation.
It's not. I mean, I mean, being a police officer, having to call like, I need to identify twins or whatever. Like it's hard enough as it is. So,
all right. Well, thanks for joining us, guys, for What in the World Wednesday. Make sure to tune in on Monday for our new episode coming up. It's going to be interesting, I guess is the word. Wild, crazy, weird. I mean, I feel like you almost think that about every case, but then you discover a new one and you're like, nope, this one takes the cake.
it does.
Yeah. So stick around with us for this Monday. Make sure to go back and listen to this week's episode if you haven't. And we'll see you guys soon.
Cheers.
Tell me where in the world is
Crime in San Diego.